Morning, guys. It's Justin with Xander Homes, coming from my home, my office, just like many of you are right now. Today, I just want to give you guys a little bit of good info. As you've seen, the federal government as well as Harris County has extended their stay-home policy at least to April 30th. A lot of schools right now are canceling all the way to May. I know my boys go to Humble ISD, and it's to May 4th. Just be cognizant of that. We're working, but we're also trying to be smart with that. We're doing a lot of mobile site working and from the office and doing certain things on the job site. HCAD, Harris County Appraisal District. Everybody should be getting their property tax info. We have a little bit of time, guys. Protest that. Protest that. Protest that. The value they put on your property tax has no value on what your house will sell for. It's just flat out, you want to protest that every year, keep your taxes as low as humanly possible. Also with that, HCAD has, they've delayed or deferred, if you got a payment installment plan with them, they've delayed that for 3 months, but you got to have a payment installment plan. It's not if you're just delinquent on that, but that's good info to know. Also, to all of my guys in construction or kind of mobile working right now, I know a lot of hand wipes and sanitizers are almost impossible to come from. My wife helped us out with this one, but take a bar of soap, put it in a Ziploc bag. Everybody has a little jug of water, fill up faucet water, job site water, and a towel. Bring it with you. Wash your hands that way. Kind of go old school. You know, most of us did that with green or yellow bars of soap growing up in school, you know. So do that. Also, FEMA, if you have flood insurance or need flood insurance, FEMA is extending their grace period for flood insurance renewals for 30 to 120 days. So look in that. Also, a little fun fact about flood insurance: get it, even if you don't live in a flood-prone area. Perfect example happened to me in college. How I learned about it, but you know, if a water line busts in your second floor shower, your homeowner's insurance will cover that. But if you guys are going for the weekend, all that water that kind of adds up, they'll get you, and they'll call it flooding. And so get flood insurance. So, but FEMA will extend a renewal. Mortgage rates, obviously we know what kind of economic climate we're in right now. Mortgage rates are at a historic low. Understand the market. When all this dust starts to settle and things start to go back up or go to norms, understand that simple economics, the rates and inflation will go up, and it'll go up super high. In the 80s, they were at 18%. In the 90s, they were at 7-8%. In the 2000s, 6-7%. We have it at 3.5%. So if you bought a $300,000 house at 5% and you kick it down to 3.5%, you're going to save yourself $250 a month, $75,000 to $80,000 over the lifetime of your loan. Next, support small business. You know, I'm going to HEB just like the rest of you guys, but maybe go support your local meat market or something like that. Even understand that your local Mickey D's is family owned by a company. It's just a franchise. Next, if you've lost your job, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm affected like a lot, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know what's happening with you guys. I don't. But if you've lost your job, Dave Ramsey talks about supporting the four walls. You know, buy food for your family, get your utilities, your lights, your gas, your electric, pay your rent, and keep your transportation so you can travel and go to jobs and take your family somewhere. Everything else cut out. It's not a necessity. Don't pay your credit cards. Don't pay your student loans. There's lots of deferments. There's lots of different things of that nature. But support that. Take care of you and your family. And, you know, us as the people. And also, you know, don't be afraid to ask for help. You know, ask maybe a family member, a friend, ask your local church. And speaking of that, us as people, let's be the church. You know, go out and help people. If you're at the grocery store, you can afford to buy someone's groceries. If you can pay a bill, if you can do that. If you can't afford to do that, help with a resume, help with building the budget. Do all those things, and don't put it on social media, guys. Do those things. Show your kids. Let them learn to give and be good. But that's the right thing to do. Lastly, I just want to leave you with a few kind of encouraging words of wisdom, if you will. This video is running a little bit longer than what we've always done, but right now, we all know that we can't control anything. There's nothing in our control. We can't even get up and choose to go somewhere that we want to. We're very limited on that, but we can extend grace to people. We don't know what people are going through. We don't know what our neighbors are going through. We don't even know the kids in high school and college and stuff like that, getting their whole everything rooted out of them. Everybody's going through things, but we can extend grace. Excuse me. We can extend grace to people. So let's try to do that. If you're going through the ringer, don't jump off the roller coaster. It will land. It will come to a stop. You'll get back on your feet. No one makes good decisions when they're stressed out or distraught. So kind of wait on that. And nothing's more important right now than what's happening in your house. What's happening in your house is more important than what's happening in the White House. Take care of you and your family. Don't listen to the news, guys. You know, obviously we even heard about the HPD officers, you know, about 11 or 12 of them, but they're not telling you the whole story. Did you know that 4, 5, 6 of them were coming back from New York and LA? So they automatically quarantine them. A couple of them are coming from overseas vacations. They automatically quarantine them. Don't listen to that. And I've heard a guy say this before. The weather is meant to be checked, not watched. Understand that. Check the weather, check the news, and that's all. Go about your day. Zig Ziglar would say, every morning I read 2 things. I read the Bible and the newspaper to see what both sides are up to. It's a good perspective. So kind of look at that. Kind of do that, guys. Help out, be smart. You know, look at these things with your property taxes. Wash your hands. Do simple things. Take a bar of soap with you. We got that. Put it in a Ziploc bag. And hold on to hope. Hope is greater than fear, but we got to surrender to hope. We really do. MLK stated, darkness can drive out darkness. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Guys, let's have a good perspective. Let's spread love, faith over fear. You know, let's do those different things. This is Justin with Zander Homes. Hope all is well.